This fuzzy ensemble was created by the doyen of ugly fashion, Miuccia Prada, for autumn-winter 14. Look number 47, it was part of a collection that toyed with ideas of taste, history and cultural memory, inspired by the films of German director Rainer Werner Fassbinder. Prada talked of thinking about the opposite of rich, hence the tension between darkness and dishevelment and luxury. Those contradictions are appropriate for fur. On one hand, fur is lofty, elegant, refined, a symbol of feminine decorum. On the other, it's wild, sexual, raw. Though soft to touch, almost cuddly, there's a prickliness to fur. It is strong, powerful, even intimidating. In a much-quoted phrase from Venus in Furs, Leopold von Sacher-Masoch once called a woman in fur like a great cat, a powerful electric battery. There is a natural surrealism to fur. When displaced from the proper or correct locations, whether on top of head or enveloping the body as a coat, it becomes the ultimate symbol of transgression, oddness, and even rebellion. Who can forget Carla Bruni in a fur thong in 1994 on Vivienne Westwood's runway? Similarly striking, and now iconic, is Merritt Oppenheim's Breakfast in Fur, a teacup and saucer rendered in the pelt of the Chinese gazelle, first shown at an exhibition of surrealist art in Paris in 1936. This work was inspired by a café conversation between Oppenheim and Pablo Picasso. While complimenting Oppenheim's fur-covered bracelet, Picasso remarked that anything could be covered with fur, to which she replied, even this cup and saucer. And so began the construction of Breakfast in Fur, which followed the typical surrealist strategies of combination and contrast to shock and jar the viewer. The sense of irreconcilability explored with her fur teacup, between the civilised and the feral, the ordinary and the exotic, the sexual and the banal, are echoed in the oddness and eccentricity of the fur we've seen on the runways recently. Fun fur, that 60s creation championed by houses like Fendi to pull in a younger shopper, is everywhere again. Just look at those fashion headlines about hot furs or Fraggle fashion. These furs are deliberately odd, sometimes even humorous. Coloured fur that resembles punkish mohawks at Fendi, patchwork outerwear at Roxanne Ilinchik, jackets furnished with wild tufts echoing the ensemble of fur icon Cruella de Vil at Tom Ford, cartoonish silhouettes and exaggerated shapes at Marni, and perhaps most famously, knee-length fur coats in rainbow hues furnished with pop art cartoon faces at Prada for Spring/Summer 14. This is fur as fads, trend pieces that play up to the maximalist, Instagram-obsessed taste of the statement sweater brigade. These furs become the dream of the street-style set. They are totally symbolic of the look of a particular season, rather than treasured, timeless pieces. As with Oppenheim's teacup, that's a confusing contradiction. Fur is fashion with sacrifice. It requires not just toil, but the death of a living thing. For that reason, we think of fur as timeless, hand-me-down pieces pulled out of Granny's closet and cherished by the next generation. Throw away fur. Isn't that the ultimate uncomfortable contradiction?